here at Hubbard's Marina with another Sunday night live stream show. That's right, it's Sunday night and it's time for that live stream show. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. It is another Sunday night episode of that live stream fishing show. We are going to get started here very shortly. It is Sunday night, October 11th. October 11th. Man, time flies when you're having fun. I'm extremely tired tonight. It's been a long day, but looking forward to the show. Always a fun way to end the day. So hopefully you guys have your venting tools in the form of whiskey drinks ready for tonight's show, because I do. It is another episode of our Sunday night live stream show. I'm Captain Dylan Hubbard from Hubbard's Marina. It is a pleasure hanging out with you. Hubbard's Marina has been fishing local waters since 1928. Over 100 years and 4 family generations. We've been doing this near shore and offshore fishing game, and tonight we are here to talk to you about just that, near shore and offshore fishing, answering your questions live during the show. If you have a question you want answered during the show, make sure to text us at that phone number in the upper right hand corner, 727-393-1947. That's the phone number you text if you want your question answered live during the show. Make sure you comment where you're watching from. Make sure to like us on Facebook. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you like this video for us. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up for me. Thumbs it up if you're on YouTube. And subscribe, for the love of God. 73% of the people watching on YouTube are not subscribed. So help me out. Hopefully that's not true on YouTube. I don't have those metrics, but if that's true on Facebook, I'm going to be upset. So make sure you are liking our page on Facebook, subscribing to our page on YouTube, and make sure you like the video on Facebook, thumbs up it on YouTube. Tonight is going to be a great show. Got some good photos for you, some dry dock updates for you, and excited. Hopefully you guys got some good questions for me. Unfortunately, don't have a guest with dry dock going on. Sunday night is the only day off. Sunday's the only day off for those guys working at dry dock. So didn't have the heart to pull any of my team in, and unfortunately was a little busy today with sand issues to pull in anybody from outside my organization. So I dropped the ball. You're stuck with me tonight, but got a great show lined up for you regardless. Some cool photos and videos. Some good stuff to talk about. Weather is finally looking up for us. We got some great weather ahead. So good weather, great fishing, exciting time of year. So lots of good stuff to talk about tonight. Thanks, Bill Corley on Facebook, for sending us some stars. Really appreciate that support. We could use all the stars we could get right now with this sand issue that's facing us. Appreciate all you guys who's watching on YouTube. Appreciate you YouTubers out there. We are going to be upgrading our system here in the next few weeks. Our software that we use for this live stream show has recently released an update, and we're hoping that is going to cure our problem where we will be able to give away live free trips to everybody, but still in the beta phase. We're still testing that. So for now, still Facebook only. If you comment on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook live video, you're entered to win those free trips. On YouTube, you're welcome to watch on YouTube, but you're not entered to win those free trips, unfortunately. So comment one time on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream. You can watch on YouTube all you want. You can watch on anything, but you got to comment one time on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream early in the show to be eligible to win those free trips. Thank you, Jim Evans, for sending some stars, buddy. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Hopefully you guys have some good questions for me tonight. Keep me entertained. Liven my spirits. This Jameson's going to liven my spirit one way or another. It's guaranteed to be an interesting show tonight. Promise you. Promise you that. It's been a crazy day. We've had some crap going on down at Hubbard's Marina with this whole sand issue. But we'll talk about that a little bit if you guys want to talk about it. Again, in order to have your question answered live during the show. What the? If it's not one thing, it's another. Today's one of those days. Let's see if I can get this live comment picker working. That's why I start the show early. You guys think I start the show early for any other reason. I just started early because there's always something that pops up. Gives me time to fix it. Thanks, Dan Netto, for sending 500 stars. You're the man, Dan. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks, Gabe Brown, for sending some stars as well. Appreciate you guys on Facebook sending those stars. For those of you watching on YouTube, the stars thing is basically a way that you can send support on Facebook. So if you're watching on YouTube, that's what the stars thing is. People are sending us support in the form of those stars. Helps us to reach more people, buy more Jameson, and get us out of the sand problem. Thank you, Chrissy Payne. Appreciate you for sending some stars while I get this show up and running. And Paul, I might sound a little bit down. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. That's all. My chin is up. It takes a lot for my chin to get down. I'm not sad. I'm just tired. And I missed my son today. I didn't even get to see my son. I saw him wake up. Had to leave the house as he was waking up. And I got home just in time to say goodnight to him before he went to bed. That's kind of depressing right there. Amanda Moffat, appreciate you sending 500 stars. You are the best. Dan Netto, Amanda Moffat tied for top stars senders of the night. Patrick, appreciate you from Pinellas Park sending 200 stars. Thank you. Ken Gurney sending 1,000 stars. Taking the lead away from Dan and Amanda. Appreciate you, Ken. Thank you. Let's see if I can fix this issue here. And then we will get started right around 8:30. So I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to fix this issue. Remember, this is Sunday night, October 11th. If you're watching live, just bear with me. I'll start in a few minutes. If you're not watching live, you can always skip forward to where you see the video start. It's the benefit of watching the rerun. You can skip forward and skip the opening ceremony. But if you are watching live, just bear with me. I'm going to get started here very shortly. As soon as we figure out Facebook's latest update. Watching live, you can always skip forward. They always like to update and confuse me right when we're doing a live show. But I always figure my way around it. And look at that, I just did. Persistence. Persistence is key. You gotta just keep trying. It's my worldview right there. If at first you don't succeed, just keep trying. I think that saying goes differently, but I'm too tired to figure it out. Oh, it's going to be a great show tonight. And it is 8:30. It is time for people. It is time for us to get started, peoples. Let's get the show on the road. Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina. And you're seeing it not even in my normal live show attire. I was sitting here before the show getting ready, and I was like, man, I've got the wrong shirt on. I got to go put my shirt on. And I was like, screw it. You guys get t-shirt tonight. Dan Netto, really appreciate you, buddy. Sending 1,250 stars after your original 500. Hitting us hard tonight. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. And as always, we're going to start with what we've been catching. Inshore, nearshore, and offshore. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the weather briefly. And then we're going to show you some dry dock photos of what's going on with the Florida fishermen. And then we're going to get right into your questions. So if you have a question that you want answered live during the show, text us at that phone number in the upper right-hand corner of the video, 727-393-1947. That's the text line. So shoot us a question if you have one, and we'll do our best to get to it during the show. So let's see what we've been catching inshore, and then we're going to work our way near shore and offshore. So inshore right now, seeing a lot of these mangrove snapper. Mangrove snapper fishing has been hot. Thank you, Richard Blasak, Mark Toncre, for sending some stars. Appreciate you guys. Mangrove snapper bite has been hot around the Bay Area, around the bridges, structures, mangrove shorelines, catching a lot of these mangrove snappers. But as the water continues to cool, those mangrove snappers will start to dissipate, and we'll start to see more of those sheep's head. So the sheep's head fishing will pick up as the water cools. Mangrove snapper fishing will dissipate. The redfish action has been crazy redfish action inside the pass. We've been seeing a lot of redfish around the docks, around the structures of the pass, the bridge, especially the northwest side of the bridge. A lot of redfish action. And around the flats inside Tampa Bay, lots of redfish action as well. Thank you, Barry Long, for sending us 500 stars. You're the man, buddy. Another redfish from Tampa Bay around the bridges. Another redfish from the beach. This is our dock master, Butch Kaniram. I really don't know how to pronounce Butch's last name. But fishing on the beach, catching those redfish. Another redfish from Johns Pass Bridge. John Sasser, our resident specialist, catching some redfish by the bridge. Another redfish from the dock lines, bridge lines, big old snook out on the beach. Nice snook from Noah McDevitt on the dock there. Big old snook from our friend Brian from one of our local bridges. Thank you, Jim Evans, for sending some stars. Zooming in on the snook. Didn't mean to do that. Another snook underneath Johns Pass Bridge. That's from the south side of Johns Pass Bridge. You don't see those too many. Nice trout from our friend John Sasser. Trout bite's been pretty good around the bridge lights, dock lights at night. Been seeing a lot of those speckled trout picking up this past week with that nicer weather condition and clearer waters. Definitely picking up. Thank you, Christy Smith Jacobs, for sending us some stars. Near shore, the big news are these hogfish. The hogfish bite has picked up considerably. Water's cooling down. Hogfish bite is heating up. We're starting to catch the hogfish on our 5-hour half days, 10-hour all days. The hog balls, our friend Christina is slaying them hogs. 5-hour half days, Smokey and the kids catching some hogfish. Thank you again, Dan Netto, sending us some more stars. You're the man, Dan. Dan's in the lead tonight for sure. Approaching, I think that's got to be like 20,000 stars. And you don't have to tell me twice, Dan. Gonna be drinking up for sure. Swallowed an ice cube. Nice red grouper from our near shore 10-hour all day. the red grouper bite's actually been going very well compared to how it's been the last 4 to 5 years. We've definitely seen a very big uptick in these red grouper. Red grouper bites going well around 80 to about 140 foot of water. We're catching a lot of these red grouper on our 10-hour all days. Doing real well, especially on the hub. This one's a thick red grouper for sure for our friend James Vereen. Him and his son Jamin Vereen go out fishing with us quite a bit on our 12-hour extreme and 10-hour all days. And this one's James and his nice big old red grouper. And that's it, near shore. Look at Christina showing off her multiple hogfish and keeper red grouper. Definitely a great time. Those hogfish are picking up, and the hogfish bite's only going to get better as that water continues to cool. So it's an exciting time of year. Hogfish are heating up as the water cools down. We have mackerel showing up. Those kingfish are showing up with those mackerel here probably in the next week or two. The hogfish bite's picking up quite a bit, which is exciting. And then we also have the gag grouper starting to move in too. So very exciting time of year for sure. And with that, we want to show you some dry dock photos. This is our team hitting it hard at dry dock, removing those shafts. Looks like we got John Atkins, Captain Joe Drew, Will McClure. Looks like Scraps and Captain Pete and Captain Dennis behind him pulling that shaft out of the Florida fishermen as we get prepared to haul that thing out. We've got Louie overseeing the process, who is running the dry dock. There's the Florida. You got Will, I think that's Will back there, doing some grinding, getting ready for the paint. Painting the outside, the underside, the bottom side, and all the way up to the underside of the roof on the Florida fisherman. There's her out of the water. Captain Brian above his perch, watching and waiting. We've got Will suited up with his Tyvek suit, getting ready to climb into a deep dark hole in the belly of the boat to get her nice and painted up and coated. This is my cousin Sam McDowell, hard at it. He's a master welder. He's actually completely built a brand new boat that we will be christening October 20th. He built a 49 passenger 42 foot pontoon boat that we're going to be dropping in the water and using at Egmont Key. Thank you, Demetrius Toller and Deborah Killifener? Deborah. Thank you both for sending some stars. Appreciate you guys. But as I was saying, this is my cousin Sam, master welder and boat builder, hard at work over on the Florida Fisherman, welding away. And with that, let me show you. So those are some of the dry dock photos that Captain Brian supplied us. And hopefully we'll have some more dry dock photos coming. But wanted to show you those. And we're going to show you this. This is the video of the boat coming out of the water. So let me show you this here real quick too, because this is pretty cool to see the Florida Fisherman 2, such a big boat, being pulled out of the water. So this is a quick time-lapse 1-minute video of the Florida Fisherman getting pulled out of the water. And we'll show you that now. that's it. That's the Florida fishermen getting pulled out of the water to sit in dry dock. And hopefully she'll be coming home this Monday. That's the plan. This coming Monday, she will be back at the dock. And that's exciting news, to say the least. So we're looking forward to having the Florida fishermen come back and get ready for its October 23rd 39-hour fishing trip. And with that, we've talked about inshore, nearshore, and offshore, shown you some photos of what we've been catching. It is time to give away a free fishing trip. So we're going to give away a free 5-hour half day for 2 guests. 5-hour half day for 2 guests coming at you now. Let's see who the lucky winner is of that 5-hour half day. Remember, if you're picked as the lucky winner, you do have to text that phone number in the upper right hand corner there. You have to text that phone number your home address, your full correct home address, to claim your free trip. So let's see who the lucky winner of the 5-hour half day for 2 guests is. It is Derek Booms. Derek something. You are the lucky winner of the 5-hour half day. Make sure you claim that free trip in about 2 minutes, or 5 minutes. And we will make sure to send that gift certificate out to you shortly. If you want to be entered to win that free trip, again, remember, you got to comment at least one time on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook video. So with that, we've talked about nearshore and offshore fishing tips, or what we've been catching, and we showed you the dry dock videos. So the next thing we got to do is go over to our website, hubbardsmarina.com, and talk about the weather. Under Fishing Trips tab of our website, you can scroll down to the Weather Links page, and on our Weather Links page, you can find the Wind Finder forecasts. So we're going to go to the 5 and 10 hour forecast page, the Egmont Key Channel entrance buoy, and we're going to look here real quickly. You can see the wind forecast looks really good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday night it starts picking up because we've got a big cold front coming in sometime over the weekend, next weekend. But as you can see here, Monday, it looks really nice, especially tomorrow afternoon. We've got a special Monday afternoon 5-hour half-day fishing trip going after those hogfish. So tomorrow afternoon, great opportunity to get out in that 5-hour half-day, super light load. Tomorrow morning looks good too. A little busier tomorrow morning, not much room left on that trip, but tomorrow afternoon, plenty of room. Tuesday, it picks up a little bit wind-wise out of the north. We get a super weak cold front, not really much wave action, so we should still be able to go. That will make us anchor up on our half-day trips and also allow us to target those hogfish. So Tuesday, great opportunity to go as well. And we'll switch back to the forecast. I like the super forecast. The super forecast is the way to look. If you're going out fishing, the super forecast is what you want to look at. But if you're looking more than 3 days out, you got to go back to forecast, because the super forecast only goes 3 days in advance. So looks great Monday, looks okay Tuesday, Wednesday looks beautiful. Thursday still okay, but it starts to pick up a little bit. Friday still picking up a little bit, and then Friday night gets a little nasty. Saturday, Sunday, this coming up doesn't look so hot. So a week from today definitely picks up quite a bit. And this is the very close to shore forecast. And oddly enough, it doesn't even have wave height here for Monday, October 19th, which is super strange. But long story short, what you need to focus on is the weather looks really good. Monday, it looks okay. Tuesday, Wednesday looks really good. Thursday looks good. Friday starts to pick up a little bit in the afternoon. And then Saturday through the weekend, this coming up weekend, doesn't look so good. But on our offshore forecast, because this coming up weekend is our last weekend without a 39-hour trip, hopefully it'll lay down in time for that first 39-hour trip, October 3rd or October 23rd. So we're waiting to see that forecast. But as far as offshore weather goes, we'll take a peek at that by going to our website. Again, just hubbardsmarina.com. Under fishing trips, you can scroll down to weather links, and we're going to click the 12-hour extreme and 39-hour wind finder forecast. And again, you can see here the weather looks really good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday it starts to pick up. Friday doesn't look so good. Saturday through Tuesday, hopefully it'll lay down next week early for that October 23rd first 39-hour trip. But right now gets definitely a little bumpy starting Saturday, but through the week looks doable. So Wednesday's extreme trip should hopefully go out without issue. Monday, Tuesday's private charters on the Flying F2 should make it out there. So good stuff. Definitely some good weather ahead Monday through Thursday, or Monday through Friday, really. So the work week ahead is a great time to call in sick and get out there and go fishing. So let's see what questions we have. Time to get into those questions. Remember, if you have a question, text us at that phone number in the upper right hand corner, and we'll get to your question live during the show. If you don't have a question live during the show, you can always put it in the comments, but I don't always get to your questions in the comments. I always get to your questions if you text me at that phone number in the upper right hand corner. Thanks, Mark Toncre, Chrissy Payne, and John Morris for sending 200 stars. Chicken Bone Steve Shirk and Christy Jacobs all send us stars while we were talking there. Thank you guys. So, the first question. I'm top shotting my reels for an upcoming 39-hour. Is high vis yellow mono a bad choice? I would say yes. If the idea with a top shot is you're trying to make that line disappear, that line that's closest to the fish disappear, and a high vis line for a top shot is probably a bad choice. So I would stay away from the high vis line if you're trying to put on a top shot to make your line more stealthy, for sure. So stay away from the high vis line if you're trying to do a top shot. Let's see here. That video is flashing quite a bit all of a sudden, so I'm gonna turn off. Let's see if this helps. Makes the video look like crap, but it definitely, I think, stops that flashiness. Washes me out like crazy. I don't like it. But it seems to stop the flashing, so let's see if that helps. I'll just appear really white for the rest of the show, but I think our flashiness will stop, so we'll try that. Next question. I can't believe how much sand is under the dock. Hopefully it doesn't mess up anything for your boats. Have a great show, and I enjoy the supporters page. That's the next question. The sand under the dock is incredibly frustrating, and we're going to talk about this one time, and I'm going to take a big sip of Jameson before we start. Thank you, Estelle Wolfman, for sending some stars. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Estelle. So, the sand under the dock. We did a live video on our Facebook page this morning. We did a live video on our Facebook page around the lower tide of the day, which was still not extremely low. So, if you haven't seen those videos, please watch them. Please comment on them, because that will help us spread the word. But yes, we have a huge sand intrusion problem in Johns Pass. Right now, we have sand built up to the point where the Friendly Fisherman, our boat that docks closest to the Boardwalk on the east side or the bay side of our dock, is literally got dry land in its slip because of the sand intrusion. The sand is moving into the pass, building up and moving east, and it's going to block our slips. It's going to overtake our dock, and it's going to put us out of business. It's going to make us move our boats. It's going to make us leave Johns Pass. That's where we're at right now. So we're in serious, serious trouble, and we're scrambling tomorrow. We've got a special emergency meeting of our supervisors and our captains on a plan of what to do to try to hold this sand back. But we're in a pickle. We're in a big pickle here, and we're doing the best we can to hold this sand back. But it's, I don't even know what to say other than we're trying. We're going to keep our heads up. We're going to keep fighting. We're not going to let Mother Nature and this sand put us down and keep us down. Worst case scenario, we have to move one of our boats off the dock, and we have to give up all of our slips except for one, and we'll try to operate all of our trips out of one slip. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare without our Dolphin boat slip. It's something we've been struggling with since 1994. I have letters to the city and county government since 1994. That sand has been building up, and it's gotten worse and worse. The new construction of Johns Pass Bridge, screw it. I'll show you. How about that? Gabe, appreciate you, man, sending 1,500 stars. So we're going to show you the inside scoop, the behind-the-scenes scoop of the sand issue. The county government has this crazy program where they have satellite photos of areas like every couple months. It's pretty eerie. The county government has access to this, but whatever. They shared it with me, which was cool. Melissa Chamberlain, Jerry Veach, appreciate you sending stars. So let's pull up this Johns Pass history. This is actually really cool. I enjoyed watching it, or I enjoyed looking at it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much. So 1968, let me scoot this way in so you can see it. So 1968, Hubbard's Marina was not at Johns Pass in 68. Actually, no, we moved here in 67. So, no, we moved in 76. So 68, Hubbard's Marina is not inside Johns Pass. Beach, there's no seawalls built. The old bridge is still way west, or way east of the entrance of Johns Pass. So the old original bridge went from Kingfish Park to the bell tower inside Johns Pass. You can see here in 1971, the bridge changed position. That is when the bridge went from the old location to the new location. And we came to Johns Pass in 76. So at this point, Hubbard's Marina is there. We have our boats. This is our boat. This is our main dock at this time in 79. And let me zoom in a little bit. I guess you can't zoom in that much, but this is our main dock. This is the T dock. That was where my grandfather kept the boats. This is the main dock we use nowadays because that T dock is completely covered in sand. So that's 1979. 1984, seawalls are built. Boardwalk is constructed. So now, 1984, Johns Pass is modernized. You see our main dock. You see this is the main dock we use nowadays, right here. This is the T dock that we don't use anymore. This is actually my father's first party boat. That is Sea Adventure 1, 1984. And 1997, you can see the sand start to build up. 1994 was the first letter that we sent to the city, county, and state asking for help with sand intrusion. You can see 1997, sand starting to build up by our main dock. 2000, sand is gone. We've done a good job pushing that sand back. You can see our main dock is still there. 2000, I am approximately 9 years old, and I used to play on that T dock and fish off that T dock, and I fell off that T dock when I was about maybe 9-10 years old and almost drowned because it was like 10, 15, 20 feet deep. and that's 2000. 2002, T-Dock is still there, but the sand is starting to build up. It's dry land next to the T-Dock, so we're no longer using that for boats, just simply kind of an old nostalgic piece of furniture, and we're using our main dock at this point. 2002. 2004, T-Dock is completely disrupted by sand. We deconstructed it. We took it down, deconstructed it, just using this main dock. 2006, T-Dock is reconstructed, but not really using it. The new construction of the Johns Pass Bridge, tearing down the old bridge, replacing it starts. So March 2007, you can see the DOT comes in and starts constructing the new bridge. They've actually start building this riprap and basically this structure to reconstruct the bridge into the pass. March 2010, finishing construction. They've built this huge riprap to construct the pass. They built these barges, brought them in. At this point, the sand starts building up to a critical level. We can't hold it back because of the barges they brought in and all the construction they've done. They brought in all these rocks and all this stuff to build up this bridge, and we cannot stop the sand anymore. This is when my dad starts filing lawsuits. We built this, we brought in this floating dock to try to mitigate the damages. We are struggling at this point. 2007. 2010, bridge construction is completed. They left all the rubble that they brought in, but they removed all the sand from the west side of the bridge, but they didn't remove all the sand from the east side of the bridge. Dad is filing lawsuits, talking to the court, trying to file a reverse indemnification lawsuit. Our Dolphin boat barely can get into its slip. Huge problems. 2010. 2015, no headway was made. Sand continued to stay there and built in on the west side of the bridge. 2016, we've been able to push that sand back. The sand has migrated east. We've been able to blow this out with our engines and dredge work, and we've been working hard, spending a lot of time, energy, and money pushing that sand back. 2017, sand has overtaken our dredge work. The Dolphin boat barely has a slip left. It's ugly. It's an ugly situation. 2018, and we dredged in 2017. The previous landowner dredged. 2018, sand comes right back after the dredge, filled back in on the west side of the bridge. It's bad. Dolphin boat no longer stays there. 2019, last year, sand has overtaken the end of the dock. Dolphin boat no longer stays there. February 2020, we are able to push the sand back. Dolphin boat still can't get in. It's ugly. And now today, this sand has all migrated east. And now we're basically in a position where all this sand is gone here, and the sand is like this. Kind of more like this, actually. But it's still pretty shallow in here, too. And that's where we're at today. The sand is all migrating east at a rapid rate. And now we might have to move the friendly because this is all filling in with sand. And if we move the friendly over to where the Florida slip is, this is all going to fill in sand, and soon we'll have a beach like this. It's messed up. It's terrible. And that's where we're at today. So that's a quick aerial history of Johns Pass and the sand problem that we're dealing with, and it's not good. So thanks for the question, David Burns. How you can help, you can leave a comment on the upcoming city council meeting. We have a city council meeting coming up October 28th. That's Wednesday, October 28th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's a public comment period, and you can publicly comment now through a link. And I guess I should drop that link into the comments, but you can leave a public comment, and that's severely going to help us. Whether you show up to the meeting, great. If you don't show up to the meeting, even if you're from out of state, even if you're from New York, even if you're whatever, if you come to Johns Pass, you have a voice, leave a freaking comment. It's easy to do. It's anybody can do it, and it doesn't matter if you're a local, if you're a Madeira Beach resident, whatever. Leave a comment, because they have to read it into the public record, and every comment is going to make a big impact. So leave a comment. I'm going to drop that link into the chat now, so feel free to click that link and open a tab, and after the show, make sure you leave a comment. Appreciate you. Or check out those videos that I posted this morning or this afternoon around 3 o'clock, and you can see those links as well. Next question. So how can we support Hubbard's Marina in the sand issue? Appreciate it. Leave a comment. That's the best way to support us right now on the city council meeting. So October 28th is a city council meeting from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. where Doug Andrews, one of the city commissioners, is going to make a case that this is what the city should focus on for the next 12 months. That should be their main focus, is saving Johns Pass. So we need to support our city commissioner, Doug Andrews, and making that possible. And the way we do that is by sending public comment and showing an overwhelming support for his case of making it a city goal or whatever. It's been a long day, I forget. But basically, make a public comment to say that the sand issue needs to be addressed in Johns Pass, and that we all need to work together to save Johns Pass, save water access. And here is the bullet points of the sand issue. Some people are asking, how can we save it? What's the problem? What's the solution? And this is it. This is it. I posted it in I posted it in those posts today, but here it is. The main issue, safety. This is the biggest issue, is safety. And the Madeira Beach fire chief made a letter, and he said the main issue is safety. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we're going to have a more serious issue, and it's not a matter of if, it's when we have someone die or someone get seriously injured from swimming off that beach. That sand that builds up behind our pass. I mean, there was a 2-year-old girl swimming in the water inside Johns Pass. The current moves too fast to swim off that beach. And we have kids playing in the sewage drainage that builds up on that beach. Bridge erosion. That's a huge one. We have the south side of the bridge getting deeper. The north side of the bridge is filling in with sand, so it's scouring out the south side of the bridge. Drainage to the property. This morning, let me show you this real quick. There it is. So this was the view inside Johns Pass this morning. The Dolphin boat, that is our neighbor, our competitor, pirate ship. The entrance to their business was completely flooded with salt water, sewage water. That's the storm water runoff, completely backed up, almost a foot deep in front of our business to our east. And the Johns Pass Friendly Fisherman restaurant had a big old drainage puddle in front of them. In order to access Hubbard's Marina, you had to go through this puddle. So in order to access Hubbard's Marina, you had to drive through this foot-deep puddle, or this 6-inch deep puddle of stormwater runoff. That was the view this morning, thanks to the drainage being clogged inside Johns Pass. So big issue with drainage, for sure. Also, accessibility to the pass, accessibility to our docks. Johns Pass is in dire need of transient slips, nowhere to park for boats who come to Johns Pass. We want to build them. We need room to grow in Johns Pass Village. And what caused this issue? Sand just moving naturally from north to south, exacerbated by beach renourishment and that new bridge construction that left material behind, that exacerbated sand buildup. Some cities are removing beach groins. Some city beach groins maintenance are not being done. Like Madeira Beach, they want to do their beach groin maintenance, but they haven't been allowed to. The south jetty of Johns Pass has been lengthened, but the north jetty has not been touched, which just allows sand to be caught and deposited inside the pass. So in order to fix this problem, city municipalities need to reinforce their current beach groins and replace the ones that have been removed. The north jetty of Johns Pass must be secured and lengthened, and add a breakwater on the parallel side of Johns Pass Bridge. So real quickly in Microsoft Paint, we're going to draw you a photo. It's artwork time. So this is what I mean. Let's see if we can do this. So this is the beach. This is the north. This is the south. So currents run from north to south along the beach. So there's beach groins, and this is a pass. So there's groins in Madeira Beach. And these groins, what they do is they catch the sand that moves naturally from north to south. So they catch this sand, and the sand builds up in front of the groin. Sand builds up in front of the groin. Sand builds up in front of the groin until the point where it goes around, builds up in front of the next groin. Builds up, builds up, builds up until it catches it and goes to the next groin, which is the jetty. Builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up. And then all of a sudden it goes over the jetty and it hits this new bridge construction on all the crap they left. And then it just builds up here. And that's what's happening now, is it continues to build up here. And then as storms come, more sand comes, more sand comes, more sand comes. And it just gets worse and worse until we're screwed. Screwed. And that's what's happening now in a very simple explanation. It's basically those groins have been overtaken, the jetties have been overtaken, and now we're dealing with sand buildup inside the pass. So how you can help is comment on that City of Madeira Beach comment thread that we left, and that will help us immensely at the next city commission meeting. And then hopefully we'll have a county meeting coming soon where we can also comment to the county commission, because we need the city and county behind us to do alternative 6 in the 2018 inlet management plan. Alternative 16 or alternative 6 is to make the jetties 230 feet longer. Imagine if Johns Pass jetties went from 150 feet to 230 feet longer. That's 380 total feet of jetty. Almost 400 feet of jetty. Imagine if Johns Pass Village had 380 foot long jetties. Deep water. Imagine the snook that you would catch on the summertime on a 400 foot long jetty system. It would be insane, the fishing that we'd have inside Johns Pass. We'd have a straight, very deep Johns Pass Village channel. We'd have a very reliable channel. We'd have a beautiful jetty system with incredible fishing. It would just be a win-win-win for the city, county, and state. It's stupid that they haven't done it already. But the inlet management plan, the county says the benefit does not outweigh the cost. In my opinion, they haven't looked at the economics of it. It doesn't. The benefit of doing 230 foot longer jetties would just exponentially outweigh the cost. I mean, it would draw visitors from all over the area. It would be crazy, the fishing that we'd have out there. And Johns Pass channel would be straight. It would be awesome. It'd be sick. Don't get me started. No more questions about the sand. All right. Let's see here. I know you hate talking about. God damn it. We went from sand to red snapper. I know you hate talking about red snapper season, but why is the East Coast so much shorter than yours, and what can we do to help get it extended? You guys are just trying me tonight. So the East Coast red snapper season is only 3 days for countless numbers of reasons. Oh, and we don't have a long enough show to go into all the reasons that the East Coast of Florida doesn't have a long red snapper season like the West Coast of Florida. The main reason is our fishery over here is, in my opinion, better, but also our data is better because the charter for hire fleet in the Gulf of Mexico is a limited entry, limited access program. In order to have a charter or party boat permit in the Gulf of Mexico, you have to have a federal reef fish permit, and we have a moratorium on those federal reef fish permits. So they're 25, 30 grand a piece to get a 6-person permit. To get a permit like the one we have on the Florida Fisherman, it's 120 grand to get a fishing permit just to be able to operate trips. So our permit moratorium allows for a finite number of charter boats and party boats, which determines a finite universe, which allows for less extrapolation and not so much guessing at our landings. So we have a better idea of what we catch in the Gulf of Mexico because the commercial industry is purely counted. Our charter for hire fleet is, we have a defined universe, and now we're moving to electronic logbooks with VMS. So in a few years, our charter for hire, party boats, and commercial boats will all be census based. There will be no more guessing at what we catch in the charter fleet, party boat fleet, or commercial fleet. It will only be private recreational anglers that will have estimations or guesstimations or extrapolations, or the MREP program will be used. So in the Gulf, there's less guessing, which means we have a more reliable season. That is a very short answer to your question. Jeremy, your question about the shorter seasons on the East Coast, shoot me another text. We can talk longer after the show because that's an hour-long answer to why the East Coast season is longer than the Gulf Coast season. But we have 62 days at Hubbard's Marina if you want to join us. Could you please share a link to sign up for your regulars club? Is it the best to wait till January? So our regulars club or our loyalty program is basically a way for you to earn discounts on our trips. And yeah, at this point, this late in the year, it'd be best for you to wait until around end of November, early December when we start signups for 2020, because it definitely is better to get that full year membership, and those memberships run starting January 1 to December 31st. So if you signed up today, your membership would end December 31st. If you sign up end of November, early December, you would get essentially a 13-month membership. So if you're interested in our regulars club, shoot me an email to info@hubbardsmarina.com or shoot me a text message to this phone number in the upper right-hand corner with your email and let me know you're interested in regulars club information, and I'll send it to you and I'll add you to our regulars club sign-up list for 2021. With that, it is time to give away our 10-hour all-day for 2 guests. 10-hour all-day for 2 guests goes to, let's see, the lucky winner is Larry Hansen for a 10-hour all-day for 2 guests. It is 9:15 p.m., Larry Hansen. You got until 9:20. You got 5 minutes to claim that free trip. So make sure you shoot me a text message to that phone number in the upper right hand corner with your home address to claim that free trip. Let's see. Any chance the sand situation could affect the November 3rd 39-hour trip? I will guarantee you the sand issue, dock situation will not affect your 39-hour trips. Worst case scenario, I mean, we'll put a frickin' barge in and we'll be pulling up to the beach to load customers. We're not going to let the sand situation slow us down. We're going to figure it out. Worst case scenario, we're trying to work with gators across the pass to get a dock over there. So if we have to completely abandon our docks at Johns Pass and let the sand frickin' close down the entire pass, we will. Because we're not going to let it affect our business or shut down our business. If we have to spend more money and rent multiple slips for our boats, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to not take you guys out fishing. We're not going to not run our business. So we're going to keep innovating and figuring ways around the sand. So don't worry about your trips. We'll figure it out. If we have to load from a weird place or do whatever we need to do to get this sand situation figured out, we will. Thank you, Calvin Brisker, for sending some stars. Appreciate you, buddy. Do you rent conventional rods with left-hand retrieval? Absolutely, unfortunately not. Right now, we only have those right-hand retrieve conventional rods. Those left-hand ones are super hard to find and they're more expensive. So we don't have left-hand retrieve conventional rods. We only got right-handed. But in my opinion, I think you should try to learn how to fish with both. So that way you're kind of ambidextrous and makes it real easy to get on any trip, on any boat, and hop on and start using those rods and reels. So try to learn with both. It makes it real easy. Let's see here. What can you expect to catch on a 10-hour trip? Any gag grouper? This time of year, the gag grouper are definitely starting to bite. The gags bite best in November and December. On a 10-hour trip, though, we typically target those hogfish, those mangrove snapper, vermilion snapper, lane snapper. You catch some red grouper, maybe a gag, and then towards the end of the year, around November and December, you have a better chance of those gags, and those hogfish bite really well October through around March. Let's see. I would like to see about booking the Fort DeSoto ferry to Shell Key on Tuesday. Well, you can always book with us over the phone from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or book with us over the website through hubbardsmarina.com. If you go on our website, hubbardsmarina.com, you can always go to reservations. It gives you an opportunity to pick fishing trips or the cruises. And for that Shell Key Ferry or Egmont Key Ferry, just click on the cruises and you'll have the options of the Dolphin Watch trip, the Sunset Cruise, 3-hour chailing, or those ferry trips, Egmont Key Ferry, Shell Key Ferry, and then even our rentals, kayaks and paddleboards. All of it's right there on the website page. Vacation in Treasure Island next week. Fishing. What do you recommend for lots of fun besides fishing? So right now, some cool stuff to do inside Johns Pass. One of the coolest things that I like is the alligator attraction or the wildlife exhibit upstairs over in the village. They have alligators. They have crocodiles. They have frickin' tortoises, they have sloths, they have tarantulas, they have snakes, they have everything over there. It's wild. It's really cool. It's a big place, really big compared to what you would think it was from the outside. Really cool. So check out the alligator attraction. Some of my favorite restaurants, Boardwalk Grill, DeLosis, you've got Am, Mad Beach Craft Brewing is awesome. Try their pulled pork nachos. It will change your life. DeLosis has great subs. There's jet ski rentals at Woody's Water Sports, Johns Pass Wave Runners. There's parasailing at Flying High, Gators Parasail. There's Eagle Parasail. There's a bunch of different great things to do inside Johns Pass besides just fishing. And with us, you can do dolphin tours, island trips, shelling, snorkeling, kayaks and paddleboards. There's a lot of stuff to do besides just fishing. But fishing's the best. The best time to catch hogfish, anytime from now until around March. The the cooler the water gets, the better the hogfish bite. We catch them really well from now until about March, April. Do you sell masks? We sell masks. We sell a bunch of that kind of shit. Yes, we sell masks. It's 2020 in the middle of COVID. We sell masks. We sell those stupid face gator things, whatever they're called. Buffs. That's what they're called. Yeah, we sell all that. A few years ago, I saw you do a live show at a car dealership in NPR. It was much more personal. Do I ever plan on doing small shows again? Oh, fishing shows. That was at the car dealership in NPR. That was with real animals, and we do those live or we do those in-person seminars every month at Bass Pro Shops normally, but because of COVID, Bass Pro Shops will not allow us to do an in-person seminar. So as soon as Bass Pro Shops lifts the ban on in-person seminars, we'll be back there doing those in-person seminars. And we do those more personal in-person things quite often at Bass Pro Shops. If Bass Pro Shops doesn't lift the ban soon, maybe we'll plan one of our own in person at Hubbard's Marina. I would imagine they gotta lift that ban soon, though. In the state of Florida, we're in phase 3, for goodness sakes. Who knows? Hopefully Bass Pro will let us go back there in December. But we'll see. We'll see. If they don't, we'll do it ourselves. So yes, I definitely do those live shows or in-person seminars quite a bit. When COVID came, it kind of shut all that down, unfortunately. We're coming down for a 39-hour trip, October 23rd. Will the boat be back from dry dock? Yes. In order to do one of those long-range 39-hour trips, the boat better be back from dry dock or we can't do it. So it's planning to be back from dry dock this coming Monday, and that's when we'll start scrambling to get the boat back together and ready for that October 23rd 39-hour trip. Any way you could touch on a good trolling setup for the way out? I bought what I thought would work, just to see my bomber flapping around on the top of the water. So the best trolling setups, the best trolling lures for the 39 and 44-hour trips. It's a bottom fishing trip. So we rent bottom fishing gear. If you want to bring your own specialty trolling tackle, a 50 wide 2-speed or 80 wide 2-speed is a great option. In order to troll a good trolling lure is a Rapala X-Rap 30 or Rapala X-Rap Magnum 40. But we just brought in, big news, we just brought in the Nomad DTX Minnows and the Nomad Mad Max trolling lures. So Hubbard's Marina now carries the Rapala X-Raps, the Nomad DTX, the Nomad Mad Max, and our Fathom offshore trolling skirts. So whether it's a trolling skirt from Fathom Offshore, it's a Nomad DTX Minnow, Nomad Mad Max, or Rapala X-Rap, we carry them all in our shop. So great options for trolling right in the shop. Where did you get your hours? Where did you get the hours of length of your fishing trip? Like your 39 hour. Why not a 36 hour? And your 44 hour, why not make it a 2-day, full day, 48 hour, and your 63 hour. Our length of trips came from 100 years. We've been fishing local waters for nearly 100 years and 4 generations, and our schedule has really ironed itself out over that history. So that's where we get our schedule from. Our 39-hour trip started as a 16-hour trip, and over time, as fisheries changed, as gas prices changed, as fishing execution changed, as trolling changed, our trips became longer. Our boats slowed down to keep price lower. That's why it's a 39-hour trip. The boat goes slower on the way out. We save fuel. We pass that savings on to you. We keep the price lower, and it's only $3.99 for a 39-hour trip. Literally just a little bit more than $10 an hour for a 39-hour fishing adventure. And that's the way we do it. We slow the boat down and make that trip a little longer, and it fits into our schedule. And that's why the trips are that length, just because they fit into our schedule. How is fishing from Blinds Pass Bridge? Blinds Pass Bridge is one of my favorite fishing areas. Great time as long as you hit it on the right tide. If you go to our website, hubbardsmarina.com, click weather links and click that tides and lunar information, you'll find that smartfishingtides.com website that Salt Strong put out, and you can choose Blinds Pass as the location, and it will tell you the best day and best time to fish. And Blinds Pass Bridge is incredible fishing for sure. My question is, what bait or lures should we use for pelagic fish on the long-range fishing trips? I'd like a shot at tuna, kings, mahis, but not positioned to troll. On the boat for them. I'm going on a 44-hour on the 30th. So if you have a spot in the back, you're guaranteed an opportunity to troll. If you don't have a spot in the back, a lot of times you still can troll. As long as there's not more than 8 or so people trolling off the back, you can fill in one of those stern spots to troll. The spot you book is good for bottom fishing. It's a bottom fishing trip. So if you book the stern spot, you have a first right refusal to troll. But if you didn't book a stern spot and there's not someone trolling, you can always fill in a spot on the stern. And we have plenty of trolling tackle in the office to get you all set up. Thank you, Richard Blasak, Vicky Poole, and Christine Schrock for sending some stars. Appreciate you guys for sending those stars. And Christine Schrock for sending stars. How many people can you accommodate on your private charter, and would it be possible to do a wedding ceremony aboard the boat? Yes, we definitely can do wedding ceremonies aboard the boat. We do ash gatherings, we do memorial charters, we do wedding ceremonies, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, we do snorkeling trips, we do corporate events, we do document signings. If you can dream it, we can do it at Hubbard's Marina. We got a boat for you and your family and your friends and your business to go do a trip. So anything you want to do on the water, we have a trip to go get them. So just call us and we can talk to you more about it. If it's a private charter, if it's something unique, ask for Jason Hansen. He does all our private charter bookings. How far out do you go when you go fishing for grouper? So for gag grouper in the cooler months, October, November, December, those gags start coming in a little closer. We catch them a little shallower. So November, December, they come as shallow as 40, 50, 60 foot of water. And if you want to target them really well, 100, 120 foot. But in the summertime, they're out there deeper, 120, 140, 160 foot. So it depends on the time of year for those gags. For red grouper, they bite really well right now from around 80 to about 140 foot of water. Let's see here. What other questions we have? What other areas for us non-boaters are good for newbies? New to Florida from Washington State. If you're new to fishing and you want an area to fish for not from the boat, you can come down to our dock. As long as we're not loading or actively loading, you're always welcome to fish from our dock. Johns Pass is a great area to fish at night. The Skyway Bridge, Fishing Pier is a great area to fish. Clearwater has a big long pier. Anna Maria has the rod and reel pier. Fort DeSoto has 2 fishing piers. There's a lot of areas to fish from shore if you're not in a boat. What is a good portable fish finder I could get that you'd recommend? Honestly, not super familiar with portable fish finders. Um, I know there's one. It's called like iBobber or something. But I'm not super familiar with it and don't have any experience. But I believe it's iBobber is the one portable fish finder that I know of. Random question: where do you get your haircut? Is it the same barber every time? It is the same barber every time. That's my dog, D'Angelo, at Clean Cuts Barbershop in Seminole. It's across from the Seminole Home Depot, right next to the what's that? It's a car wash, Mr. Car Wash. So it's west of Mr. Car Wash, east of Trips Diner, across from the Seminole Home Depot, on Park Boulevard. It's called Clean Cuts Barbershop, all one word, K's. So clean with a K, cuts with a K, all one word. Clean Cuts Barbershop. Ask for D'Angelo. That's my dude. But don't ask for 4 p.m. on Thursdays, 'cause that's my time. So yes, every Thursday, 4 p.m., Clean Cuts Barbershop. I'll be there. But they have a lot of great barbers in there. Everybody does a great job. But D'Angelo is my dude. He's the best for sure. I love him. But don't take 4 p.m. on Thursdays. Let's see, what other questions? Planning to come in November, 10-hour trip for 2 days. Can I get red grouper at that time? Yes, you have a good shot at red grouper in November, but definitely a better shot at those hogfish. Hogfish bite really well in November, and a decent shot at gag grouper too in November too. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Another question about the sand that we already talked about. Do you rent electric reels? No, we don't rent electric reels. We only rent manual reels. You don't really need electric reels on our 39 or 44-hour trips, even our 12-hour extreme trip. Just hand cranking works fine in 120 to 250 foot of water. Compared to rigging for grouper, what kind of rig would you use for wahoo? Wahoo, typically we'd be trolling those X-Rap Rapala Magnum 40s with 80-pound fluoro, or those Nomad DTX minnows are wahoo killers. We brought those in for that reason with around 80-pound fluoro, or the Nomad Mad Max 80-pound fluoro. My husband forces the whole house to watch your show every Sunday night, but he won't tell anyone how to qualify for the free trips. He doesn't want us to win and leave him out. Could you fill us in on how to win a free trip? All you have to do is comment one time on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream. We always talk about that at the beginning of every episode, so maybe your husband also doesn't let you sign in early where I explain that, but you want to comment one time on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream early in the show. You can watch from YouTube, you can watch from Facebook, you can watch from any channel you want, but you have to comment at least one time early in the Hubbard's Marina show. Why do you get your haircut every week? I'm on the news every week. I'm on the news every Friday morning, so I get my haircut every Thursday afternoon. Hard to explain question, but can the leader be too curly? When I first make it, should I try to straighten it out before using? Spool normally makes it curly. If I should try to straighten it out, how do I do that? Yes, in my opinion, it can have too much memory. So monofilament has a lot of memory. Fluorocarbon doesn't have as much memory. That's why fluorocarbon comes on bigger spools, and you can straighten that memory out by stretching it. And you can store it stretched out. That's going to cause it to be less curly. And then also, you can also just stretch it out before you use it. So you never know. Never mind. Can I get on the morning half-day trip? Gonna do a turn and burn tomorrow. Yep, he figured it out. Yeah, so the morning half day tomorrow is pretty full. The afternoon half day is super light. Tons of room in the afternoon tomorrow. Great opportunity to catch hog fish. Are the catch and release rules from red tide problems still in place? Yes. Snook, redfish, trout still catch and release only until end of May 2021. Let's see. What's the best place to fish from the beach? Largo area. If you want to fish from the beach, I would come down to Johns Pass and fish from the jetty early morning before sunrise on the southwest side of the pass, and got a great opportunity from catch. Plenty of redfish. Redfish bite is hot. We had a couple fishing from the pass this morning from our dock, and they must have caught 20 or so redfish. Well, she caught 20 or so redfish. He unhooked 20 redfish. Let's see here. Tomorrow morning booked up from the half day. I tried calling and no answer. Yes, tomorrow morning is booked up from the half day. You tried calling at 8:55 p.m. We closed at 8 p.m. this time of year, so that's why we didn't answer. Tomorrow morning is booked up, but plenty of room in the afternoon. Shell Key Ferry. I feel like that wasn't someone watching the show. How will affect upcoming trips like the 39-hour trip? Will you be moving the boats and boarding boats at different locations? So if the sand affects your boarding location, we'll let you know, but most of the time we're probably going to be loading from that same slip. We'll just be moving boats around. So we'll let you know if anything changes with your trip and your slip, but hopefully we'll be loading from the same dock. We're going to be fighting this sand issue one way or another, and hopefully you made a comment to the city. Hopefully you saw those posts, and hopefully you helped us out with that. And hopefully we won't have to move. Would we allow to bring this on the ferry boat? I feel like this is another ferry question. Someone not watching live. You were quite the artist, Captain Dylan. Thanks for the art on the sand link. I appreciate it, Estelle. Quite the artist. You should see what I do after a few more glasses of Jameson. Is the sand under the dock soft enough that the running gear may not be damaged? Yes, it should be plenty soft. It's unsettled sand, so thankfully it's nice and soft, which is good news. Hopefully no damage. Last time this happened, about a year and a half ago, we didn't have any damage, and been checking quite a bit through the day today and haven't had any damage, so hopefully that'll hold true. What other questions do we have? Want to start making kingfish rigs? What size treble hooks do you recommend? Number 4 treble hooks are best. It's a reason treble versus single hooks. I do like Smokey's video, just need to know hook size. Treble hooks are best for sure for those kingfish. Number 4 trebles is what we use. Fresh fish in season in October. I'd be hunting those gag grouper, hogfish, mangrove snapper, vermilion snapper. Flying Hub 2 available for private charter. Yes, it's always available for private charter. This coming Saturday, this coming Friday, Flying Hub 2 is available. This coming Saturday, it is not. Trying to rush through questions here. We're pretty much out of time. Is it a really big process to unbeach the boat when the tide comes in? Fuck yeah, it is. We're gonna be in the water tomorrow at 5 a.m. I'm gonna be in the water digging out the boat and the running gear and pushing it forward by hand to try to make sure that boat starts. Yes, it's a big process to get that boat going out of the sand. We only got a few more questions to answer live, but I'm out of time. And I'm going to start drinking Jameson more heavily. Let's be honest. So with that, let's see, what else did I miss? We got the new Nomad lures into the shop. Talked about those heavily. Weather looks freaking great Monday through Friday. Deal with it. Come see us. Monday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, super light half-day load. Gonna be targeting hogfish. Hogfish are awesome. You want to catch them, come see us. At this point, I'm so freaking tired, I don't care. Yeah. I'll see you next week, Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Let's see who won a 39-hour trip. Who won a 39-hour trip? John Paul Smith from Franklin, Indiana. You won a 39-hour fishing trip for one person. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week, Sunday night, for another one of these live stream shows. Thanks for watching tonight. Hopefully you guys had as much fun as I did. I needed the stress relief. Had a lot of fun venting with you guys. And we'll see you next week for another episode of the live stream show. I'm going to be late to work tomorrow. Somebody tell somebody.